it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for October 2021. On Thursday, October 7th, we have Venus, the goddess of love and beauty and worth and value and pleasure and money, moving out of the very dark, emotionally intense waters of Scorpio and making a shift into Sagittarius. So this is going to be a welcome shift for everyone. Of course, Venus being in Scorpio was no joke. We definitely were diving into the darkness, the depths of our shadow parts of our psyche, of our heart space, in order to truly recognize what it is we want, need, and desire in our intimate relationships. And of course, we found we wanted that soul connection. That Scorpio energy is so deep and probing, so passionate, so consuming that we were fixated on love, on what it is we value, on what it is that we need, especially from relationships. And it was a little bit dark, of course, highlighting the shadow parts of our jealousy, of our possessiveness, of our wants, needs, and desires for somebody else to fix the wounds that we have been ignoring within ourselves. Now, with Venus moving into Sag, we're definitely going to lighten the mood. Sagittarian energy is always the light at the end of what is a very dark tunnel moving through Scorpio energy. And this Sag energy is really going to bring the fun, flirty energy back. Now, Venus, who is very focused on love and worth and pleasure, she wants to lighten the mood. She wants to have fun. It's been a very tough time. It's very interesting that, of course, Venus rules over Libra season. We just had the new moon in Libra, and now she's on the move, trying to lighten things up. This is going to be a dramatic shift because we're moving out of the very intensely focused energy from the Scorpio waters, focused on the one-on-one relationship, to the Sag energy, which is much more global. It's more universal. We're not just concentrated on our relationship and our values with just one person in our personal relationships. We're looking for love everywhere, in everyone. We just want to have fun. We want to let our hair down. Of course, Sagittarian energy is a fire energy, so we get to initiate a brand new cycle. Fire energy wants us to kind of have new experiences, just take action first without thinking it right to death. And Sagittarian energy is ruled over by the archer. But of course, when you pull back on that bow and align that arrow, you best make sure that you have an area of intent before letting go. It's one of the downfalls of Sagittarian energy is that it's very unfocused. There's a lack of direction. So we're kind of all over the place. We're just happy to get out of this very tough vibe with Venus in Scorpio. We want to be playful. We want to be romantic. We want to go on new adventures. And this particular energy makes Venus, and of course makes us, pretty much a straight shooter with our affections, with our thoughts, with our feelings and opinions. Now, that's both a good and a bad thing. First of all, we have to recognize that it's a good thing because we have a lot that we've been biting our tongues on. We have to speak up. We have to speak out the truth. And this particular energy is going to support that. But we also have to use caution because blabbing out without using a filter can sometimes get us in trouble, especially when we go ahead and we're overly affectionate and we share way too much of our personal emotions. Sometimes we can just get rejected at the fact that we just didn't have a very graceful way to deliver that message. Regardless, we're after some truth. We're after some deeper meanings in our relationship. We want to find a meaning and a purpose to our interactions. And this is really going to put us in a different mind frame because we're looking for supportive individuals. We're looking for like-minded partners, like-minded friends that are going to support our dreams, align with our visions, really agree with our beliefs. This is a great time for intellectual attraction. The Sagittarian energy, very much the philosopher of the zodiac. We're always looking to the higher meaning, the higher purpose of life, of all of the life lessons in it. This is the way that we connect to other people. So yes, we have to have caution because we have no filter. And yes, we have to understand that we are going to put ourselves out there in a very raw and vulnerable way. And yes, we have to understand that it could backfire, but we're not even scared of that at this point because it's refreshing to know where it is that we actually stand in other people's lives. We have Mars in Libra, again, really wanting to take action, being a little bit more vocal with what it is we want, need, and desire. And of course, this Libran energy very much ruled over still by the feminine divine energy of Venus, really kind of putting it all out there. Here's my thoughts, here's my feelings, here's what I need from you. Where do I stand? So this is a very spontaneous type of energy because we're just wanting to do things that are fun, that bring us joy. So we could throw ourselves into some very interesting topics, themes, cultural experiences, art, music. Of course, Sagittarian energy rules over travel. Many of us busting at the seams to get out of our little, niche comfort zone that we've been in. And because Sagittarian energy is, all about higher learning, this is a great time to throw yourself into new topics and themes that you're interested in learning about. I do want to throw a little bit of a caution out there as far as your money matters go, because we can get a little bit reckless, a little bit carefree with our spending. And here is the problem with that. First of all, because Jupiter rules over Sagittarian energy, we are a little bit extra faithful, a little bit extra, confident, optimistic. Especially with our spending, we're like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll spend it. It'll come back. Ends always meet. Don't worry about it. And hopefully that is the case, but there's no need to be reckless and carefree, especially with the economy the way that it is. We really have to be very careful with our spending. Another form of spending that I want you to be careful with is spending your time and attention on the wrong people. We're really not about it. This is going to be a time for us to recognize the people in our lives that don't support us, that don't align with our beliefs, that don't really encourage our dreams to come into manifestation. Because we are on a quest of truth, because we are really pushing for a new value system, a new worth system within ourselves, we are kind of aligning to a different belief system and truth within our own selves. And we have to experiment with expressing those particular points of view to see who is on the same page. Sagittarian energy, especially, the last signs of the zodiac, are very universal. They're more about the collective than anything else. And coming out of the Scorpio energy, which is very much one-on-one relationships, now we're looking to spread our attention wide and free. So yes, loving romantic relationships are still on the to-do list, but this is about finding the joy, finding the pleasure, finding the magic in every single person that we encounter, in every single adventure that we go on, and every single opportunity in our day-to-day mundane tasks and chores to lighten the mood, to find it a little bit more fun, and of course, to make everything a wild, exciting, and crazy adventure.